Before satellites? Before digital maps? Before automated alerts? Fire detection began with a person. Sandy Fire Tower Number 5 was built to protect the timber country surrounding Blackbutt, Australian land shaped by forestry, sawmills, and long dry fire seasons. This tower was never just a structure, it was part of a system of people, forest, and responsibility. The tower was designed and built by Arthur Leis, a specialist builder responsible for many of Queensland's timber fire lookout towers throughout the mid to late 20th century. Leis refined the three-legged timber tower design, efficient, strong, and suited to steep and uneven ground. These towers were built to be climbed, to last, and to detect thousands of fires from its observation hut throughout its lifetime. And for decades, Sandy relied entirely on a fire watcher to be present. Every season, someone climbed this structure and spent long days at the top. They scanned the horizon with binoculars. They learned the land well enough to recognize what didn't belong, the faintest line of smoke, a subtle shift in color, movement that didn't match cloud or dust. When smoke was spotted, bearings were taken by hand, landmarks were referenced, radio calls were made. Fire detection depended on experience, judgment, and human endurance. As forestry expanded and fire risk increased, technology began to assist the fire watcher. Cameras were introduced, not to replace the person, but to extend their reach. They allowed wider views, longer observation, and repeated checking of distant areas. The role of the fire watcher changed. They became interpreters of imagery, confirmers of what the camera revealed. This tower entered a transitional era, part human, part machine. Over time, cameras became permanent fixtures. Some were upgraded, some stayed far longer than intended. On Sandy, an aging Pelco camera remained in service through years of heat, storms, and fire seasons. It represented a middle chapter in the tower's life, when cameras supported fire watchers and fire watchers supported cameras. But fire detection did not stop evolving. Monitoring began to move away from the tower itself. Cameras streamed vision to offices and control rooms. One person could now monitor multiple sites without climbing a single ladder. Coverage increased. Risk decreased. Coordination improved. Still, detection relied on people watching screens. Human attention. Human fatigue. The next shift changed everything. Artificial intelligence moved onto the camera. Instead of waiting for a person to notice smoke, imagery began to be analysed continuously. Every frame, every pan, every hour of the day. AI models learned how smoke behaves, how it differs from cloud, fog, or dust, how fire presents before flame is visible. Detection became constant. Potential fires were flagged automatically, mapped instantly, presented to human operators for verification, not discovery. Fire detection shifted from observation to intelligence, from reaction to early warning. By 2025, Sandy Fire Tower was no longer safe to climb. The stairs were gone. The timber was rotting. Fungus had taken hold throughout the structure. No one could safely ascend it again. When the aging Pelco camera reached the end of its life, the replacement work could not be done from the tower. Instead, the Pelco was removed and replaced with an Axis communications camera, installed externally using a crane, with the work carried out from a suspended cage beside the structure. In 2025, Julian was the last man to climb and work from the roof of this historical relic. In 2026, Julian performed this work, not standing on the roof and not climbing the tower, but working alongside it, suspended in space. This was the tower's final operational chapter. No more human access, no more climbing, only observation from afar. Sandy still stands, but it is already returning to the land. The timber continues to break down. Fungus reclaims the wood. The structure slowly gives itself back to the forest it was built to protect. Soon, nothing of it may remain. This is not failure. It is the natural end of a structure made from the land itself. What remains is the purpose. Fire detection no longer depends on people climbing wooden towers, or even on the towers themselves. The mission continues through intelligent cameras, AI detection, and people working from afar, from offices, control rooms, and coordination centres, watching over the same forests without placing lives at risk. Sandy Fire Tower number 5 has lived its full life, from a human fire watcher to camera-assisted observation to AI-driven early detection. The tower will fade, but the responsibility it carried does not. The land is still watched. The forest is still protected, just not from the observation hut of a wooden tower.